Today is Saturday, March 21st, 2020. I am Julie Hankinson, and this is the view out my window. Today is a very bright day, both literally and figuratively. On the horizon, I see more container ships moving cargo. Admittedly, it's not stacked as high as it has been in the past, or, as tightly. But at least I see shipping containers moving. And, that is a very good thing. It's interesting that we have a very expensive yacht fueling up down in the sea break area, the harbor here, flying a flag that is not local, shall we say. And I'm just going, wow, all right, somebody just decided they were going to pull a zombie apocalypse here and go escape on their yacht or something. I don't know, but it's very pricey piece of equipment. Let's see, what else is going on? Big news that in the U.S. we've got the chloroquine, the malaria drug, and they're pairing it up with a ZPak. And they are finding that they are getting significant turnaround in patients in just 6 days. So this looks to be a possible near-term treatment to move people out of hospitals that are in the critical care ward. That's good. For women, it's good that there is definitely a 2-to-1 correlation for males, dying of the the COVID-19 virus, as opposed to women. So women seem to be, whether it's healthier because of, our hearts, and we're not as spend as much time smoking. I don't know what it is, but women are surviving a lot better statistically than men. And this has been proven not only in China, but also recently in Italy. So, this is good news for women. Let's just put it that way. So, what else is going on? I was thinking today that all of the opportunities that are available, we're going to have some new designers coming out, because if we're working from home more, I really don't see that designer suits are going to be selling well. I'm thinking more comfy, cozy, stay at home, work in front of the computer comfortably, whether it's jogging suits or comfy, cozy sweaters, and definitely lots of, yoga pants, definitely yoga gear. But I would lay money on the fact that we're going to have some exciting new designers coming out with work-at-home clothes, especially if this work-at-home situation continues, as they're now forecasting for, they're saying 1.5 years, 18 months. So if I'm going to be working at home, you better believe I'm working in my sweats. As a matter of fact, I will be working at home next week, and I will be in my sweats. I guarantee it. And my favorite soft t-shirts, and definitely not wearing a bra. If that's too much information, I apologize. But hey, I just really like to be super comfortable. And for me, that just means relaxing, comfy, cozy um, clothes. Whether it's a t-shirt, dress, and a pair of leggings or whatever, um, you know, I'm only going to dress up if I have to conference call, or Zoom or something on the computer. So, those are just random thoughts that I've been having. Um, Again, the immediate fallout is the ups and downs of the stock market, but now it's filtering down to the credit cards. And I noticed that almost 100% of the credit cards will actually waive your March payment if you call them up and ask them for it. Ask them to do it without any charges or penalties or anything. But you do have to ask. Let's see, what else? Um, I've heard a couple of mortgage companies were willing to do that for your mortgages, but I haven't investigated them about that. Um, and so also I've heard that more than a couple of the credit card companies are also willing to increase your credit limit on your credit card if you call them up and ask them to do it, of course. So I think there is a lot of movement, especially among the bank cards. I've seen Bank of America, excuse me. They have some really nice cards that you have zero interest for 18 months. Make sure you're being very careful about whether it's a balance transfer or if it's promotional on any purchases that you plan to make. So make sure which card you're getting and what you plan to spend it on. I mean, are you planning on spending it on food, or are you planning on spending it on bills, or even paying your mortgage or rent with it? So be careful, but you could find some choice credit card offerings right now. So just trying to look at all the bright side here, the golden opportunities. I know that we have, just in the last week, over 70,000 people who were laid off, which is not bright news. But on the other side, we should have the first government checks out. They are based on the 2018 income tax that was filed. And that's supposed to be out in April 6th-ish, something like that. As long as everybody, up in the government echelons quickly signs this through. We can only hope. It's supposed to be $12,000 per person. So if you're filing joint returns, that would be $2,400, and then $500 for every child. They are playing around with all the salary caps and all that kind of fol-de-rah. So, some will get it, some will get less. If you go over 120,000, whatever, you know how the government is. They've always got some, and you reduce it by $5 for every $1,000 you go over. I'm just over, I think, 90,000 or something. And then there's, but to get a full payment, I think you can get a full payment as long as you're over 25,000, but under 75 or 78,000. So no quoting me on this. I'm just, these are just the numbers that I have heard bantied around. And, of course, with the government, it's subject to change on a dime. So we'll see exactly how much it comes out to be. Like I said, they started out with 1,000, now they're up to 1,200, and now they're putting on limitations, and earning caps. So if you're wealthy, you're not going to get it. Just FYI. So they are trying to, send it to those that need it, the middle class. But I have to put out that really it's not getting to the underserved, those that are not making money that really need it the most. And at this point, that is disappointing. It seems to be if they're not making at least $25,000, they get a reduction. I'm just sharing hearsay, and let's hope that our government has a little wake-up moment and realizes that those not making $25,000 probably need this the most right now. Not saying that the middle class doesn't need it, because I know we always do. If nothing else, we could, feed our families on it for a while. But I was trying to be upbeat and optimistic here. And so we can expect new financial offerings, new designers, new comfy, cozy clothes that accommodate our expanding waistlines as we're not getting out and exercising as much as we should. I really think that we're going to see some more in-home exercise options. We're going to have somebody that's like Peloton bikes, or somebody that's really going to try and make that a social gathering point. The in-home gyms or whatever. So these can be depressing times, but I'd like to think that these are exciting times, that we can seize opportunities if we open our eyes and look for them, and definitely create networks of people and friends that we can socialize with over the internet and, via phone or text or whatever. It's just definitely a new communication style, that's for sure. And that's another thing. We'll probably see some more scheduling apps being developed. Every time I say something, I think of, there's another application that someone is brilliant, who is brilliant or persevering, could definitely create a financial opportunity out of. So I'm hoping that you all are those enterprising people that are going to make our work from home lives more efficient. And if you got laid off, I hope you find a job that you would like, or you create your own business, something that you've been thinking about for a very long time. And if so, please share that, because that is part of, communication. I would love to hear what you all are doing and what you're getting up to. I hope you're finding good, healthy food to eat, because remember, washing hands is wonderful, and I hope you all are doing it. But I have to admit, I have been eating a bit too much starchy food lately. It's just been within hand's reach, and that was not good. And that's why I made the comment about expanding waistlines here. So I wish you all the best and health and happiness, and that you prosper in these turbulent times, and that you do recognize and seize these golden opportunities. So until tomorrow, please share and comment and subscribe, and let's encourage this conversation. And I hope you all have a good night, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.